Hello, everyone. I am so excited. It's the new year, and look who we've got. It's Julia Cobban. Yay! Applause. I can hear the cheering everywhere. Goodness, you are such a gorgeous person to have here.
Oh, thank you. So are you.
So whoever's listening, this is Julia Cobban, Goddess Glow Society. A super person to be around with. You have no idea how good she makes you feel when you are around her. And when you have listened to me before in this series of Mind of the Month, you know that I'd like you to see and get inspired by people who have inspired me and who I adore and whose stories are worth telling. So here we are, and this is why we meet. And today we are aiming to talk about energies and life forces and how to shift and lift us up with energy. And it's a wonderful topic. I'm so happy we can dive into this. And please just know that Julia is walking the talk. She knows exactly what she's talking about. She always comes across as so balanced and so full of life and vitality and just incredible. And I'm just guessing she's human as well. So there must be days when she doesn't feel like that, but then maybe she knows the secret. Maybe she knows how to do it. So I'm here to tap into that knowledge and into that wisdom, and she's ready to share. So glad that you are here, Julia.
Well, so glad to be here. Thank you for having me and asking me to be on your talk show.
Oh yeah, it's a talk show now. All right, so you're already all coming in from Canada, and it's daytime over here and nighttime over here in England. So we're making this beautiful connection. And energies are different, isn't it? Daytime and nighttime, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. Daytime is the sun. It's this bright light being open and awake and alive. And nighttime, you're coming into that parasympathetic nervous system mode, that rest and digest, that calming state. So yeah, I'm just starting my day, or have been the last few hours. Yeah, and you're coming to the end.
Oh, it's amazing. So when we talked about what we want to talk about, we had an array of topics. So I'm just hopeful that this is not the last time we're going to see you here, because there is more. We could talk about so much. Today, in this time, we want to really concentrate on energies and chakras and channels. And you are just the right person talking about this, because you are not only in your yoga sessions so full of knowledge, and the intention when I participated in your classes was so from the heart and sharing like the truth about who we are and connecting to us deeply, but from a sense of knowing the body, so that it's an inner wisdom we're connecting to. And you find words to and tools to really ignite that sense of strongly embodying that. And so I'm always fascinated when I was in your classes. So you have gained so much knowledge about this. When did you start thinking about yoga in that wholeness of it?
Well, I started practicing 14 years ago. And it's I started because of an injury, and the reasons why I was coming to yoga then have completely shifted and grown over the years, as they would naturally do. So I mean, over time, it changed gradually, but I think especially in the last few years, I started doing some yoga medicine training, which is focused on the anatomy. And that really expanded my knowledge of the body. And from then I started to focus more on the energy work, and a lot about intention and how we can carry that into our practice and off of our mats into our daily lives. And in the last couple of years, last year in particular, my meditation practice has been like a consistent daily practice. I went away over the winter last year, and I did my first Vipassana meditation. So it was 10 days of in silence and 10 hours a day of meditation, which was intense, life-changing. And then I did my Reiki training as well. I was always very interested in the energy body and then the chakras, and this just expanded it even more. So last couple of years, I think it's shifted the most, I think.
Wow. Okay, well, I'm pleased that you are my expert here for it, because I'm just fascinated by this topic. And, you know, when we see someone who can tap into that for themselves, it is almost like a power. Do you find that you have got like tools and you can teach people parts of that superpower now?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, we all go through struggles, and, whether it's certain periods of our lives or whether it's throughout each day, dealing with normal stresses of daily life. I think we kind of come to a place where we need that lift. We need to bring ourselves back to this feeling of being content and joyful and happy, and having a daily practice is so important. It's the consistency of it. And I think, I definitely have bad days. We all do. But I try and use these tools every day. Well, I do use these tools every day just to bring myself back to center whenever I can. So, I've been doing this for a long time. So I do spend a good chunk of time every morning working on these tools. But even if you have 5 minutes, it's just that kind of dropping into your body and into your breath and taking a few moments just to connect and be still is so important. It can really shift your entire day and your energy. So,
Amazing. So this really is for everyone who's listening and watching. Interesting to observe their own inner state, and hopefully after listening to this, have getting tools to actually bring into their daily routine or practice one or two. And you're telling us now a few which helped you, and you've seen in your clients and yogi participants that that's helpful, right? So what is the first thing you think is essential?
So there's a few tools that I use that you can actually use sort of all in one in a morning practice. So I use what's called Sankalpa, which is translates to an intention formed by the heart. So it's basically just deciding how you want to feel and using that as your lighthouse, your star of like, this is what I want for my entire day. This is how I want to feel.
Yes. I'm so in for that. It's all about the feeling. Okay, exactly. Let's start with an intention, how we want to feel in the day. Okay.
Yes. So that's Sankalpa. The next one is Pranayama, which is yogic breath work. So it's just shifting your energy, shifting your nervous system, calming your nervous system, giving you energy, allowing you to release and let go. So there's a lot of different techniques that we can use to shift the energy, the prana, through our bodies, pranayama, which I'll explain prana and the chakras in just a few moments. So,
all right, okay.
And then the third would be meditation. So I think for people who are newer to meditation, probably the most helpful form I've found is focusing on breath and body. So just grounding yourself into the space, because that takes you out of your head and out of the anxiety and the stress and brings you into your body, into the present moment. And the Vipassana technique that I learned last year is essentially scanning the body. So for me, that's my go-to. If I need a minute to like center myself and relax, come to the breath, start to slow it down. And then I start to scan piece by piece, down the right, down the left, down the center, and I move throughout my body piece by piece, and it just keeps me fully centered and grounded. So that's meditation. And then we use mudras. So mudras are hand gestures. So this is, for example, lotus mudra. So we attach parts of the hands or parts of the fingers to stimulate the energy channels within the body. And again, I'll talk about that when we talk about prana in a moment.
Okay.
And then the next is mantra. So mantra is typically in Sanskrit, but it can be in English as well, and it's kind of like an affirmation. So I am this, I am that, I deserve love, I want to feel abundant, I feel joyful, whatever it is for you. And then the last one is movement. So sometimes if I'm shorter on time and I just need, I'm sitting in my meditation using all of these techniques, I just do a little bit of shifting and moving. Sometimes it's dancing. I've been doing that a lot lately, being January and being a little bit like cold and tired. I just feel like I really need to shift any like negative energy. So I've just been putting on some music and dancing. Some people run, some people do yoga, some people, whatever your way to shift your energy, go out for a walk. So movement is really important too. So I'd say those 6 things are the ones that I use every day.
Wow, amazing. And then you spend different time on it depending on how much time you've got.
Yeah, exactly. 5 minutes, even just to slow down your breath and get into your body. It's body scanning for a few minutes. If that's all the time you got, then that's perfect.
Amazing. So I noticed that you said one the right side and left side and in the middle. Is that something you will talk about in a moment as well, or is that now a good time why you're doing that?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you about the prana and the chakras, and then maybe we'll get into that.
All right. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. Okay, so what is that? I mean, I know that, prana has something to do with life force, and this is where we all get it from. So could we put our feet on the floor and actually feel the energy from the earth, or can we connect to the sky and feel the energy of the sunlight? It would be so lovely if we could do that.
Yeah.
Are there ways which you heard about? So how do we do this?
Yeah, definitely. So your prana is it's your life force, like you said. It's your life force energy, sometimes called your vital energy, and it's the subtle energy that is around your body. So we're made of energy. That energy, that prana, flows through your body through energy channels. And in the Indian tradition, they're called nadis. In Chinese tradition, they're called meridians. And prana is called chi. So you've probably heard of those before. So when the prana is flowing freely through the body, we're healthy, we're vibrant, we're feeling alive, we're flowing, we're in a great place. When there's physical, emotional, mental issues, trauma, anything going on, spiritual things going on, we get blocks in our energy system. And that causes dis-ease or disease. So then we don't feel so great. We're not, the health and wellness is not where it should be at. So it's important that we find ways to shift this energy. And these energy channels that the prana flows on feed into our chakras. Our chakras are energy centers that are along the spine. So they're associated with different nerve bundles along the spine, different organs, and different glands. So those glands will secrete certain hormones that affect how we feel. And if there's physical trauma, emotional stress, mental, whatever is going on, that will affect our energy fields. So we can use the tools that we were just talking about to bring us back to center, to put our feet on the ground, to feel the sunlight on our face, to bring us back to center at the heart. So, yeah.
And some people can feel that quite intense, don't they? Like some people, they really feel like a choking around the throat. Some people feel like it's their solar plexus.
Logical change, definitely.
So it's like your illnesses and diseases are so poignant to actually tell us sometimes where we are stuck and where there might be some like movement, like craving some movement for that area and clearing. And so how would we concentrate our tools and techniques on that? Can we just by intention do that and breathe into that, for instance?
Yeah, so intention is really, really important. That's probably the first and foremost. And when I work with Reiki clients, the first thing I get them to do is just to sit down and start to scan their body, start to notice different sensations in the different areas. So the 7 main chakras: top of your head, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral, which is your low belly, and then your root, so tailbone and down into the legs. So you can start to scan your body and start to see, where am I feeling discomfort and pain, and focusing on those areas. Even just that focusing can start to relieve some of the tension and pain, and can start to shift your energy. So when I was talking about doing my Vipassana meditation where I'm scanning the body, so this is just something, when you're doing Vipassana, they just teach you to scan certain parts as you go. And I like to do it in my own way. I like to do chakra meditations. So I generally do side by side first, because it just gets me grounded in my body. And then I work through the chakras. So usually I start at the top of the head. And so each chakra is associated with different qualities. There's a woman called Anodea Judith. She wrote Eastern Body, Western Mind. Yeah. She's amazing. It's the psychology of the chakra system. And she talks about the different qualities, like guilt associated with the sacral chakra, grief with your heart, illusion with the third eye, and so on and so forth. So I often start at the top, and I think about allowing all of those negative emotions to just start to melt off of my body and down into the earth. And you can use your hands, or you can just use your attention. Hands can be either touching or hovering, if that feels to you like it really anchors in your intention, or you can just focus on the different areas as you go through them. And then as I feel all of that tension melt off of me, then I fill myself back up with the positive qualities of each of these chakras. And I have, for those of you who are at home, I have written a blog post for each chakra, and it has affirmations, it has all of the qualities and all of the information about each chakra. So if you want to kind of little refresh and to know all the details, because obviously we don't have time to go through all the details.
And those informations are so detailed and so wonderful to read and easy to apply. I just really recommend you checking them out. So listeners, listen in, go for it. That's your action point here. One already. Note it down. Okay, that's really great. You took so much effort into really making that information concise and understandable, and really interesting to want to read and to want to apply. When I first looked at it, going, wow. So yeah, really good work there. Awesome. Okay, so when you were talking, I could literally go with you through that. Is there, like, that's just how you do it? This is just as simple but so profound?
Yeah.
And then you become better and better at it, I guess, with practice, and you can connect more and you feel more into each and every area.
Exactly. I mean, I would suggest, if you're first starting out, is just rather than having to know the details of each chakra, is just scanning through those specific 7 areas that I talked about, and just focusing on those areas already is going to make a difference. But adding the intention with it, by knowing what the qualities are, is helpful too. So if you can read, if you're going to do, you could do a meditation for 2 minutes on one day, 7 days in a row, and focus on each chakra. So you could do the root chakra one day, and you think, okay, root chakra, stability, grounding, I am safe, I am secure. And you can do that for 2 minutes. And then the next day you do 2 minutes on the sacral chakra. So you can read the blog, know what it's about, and then focus on those qualities. So you can do a different chakra each day, or you can just simply focus on all of them one by one.
Amazing, amazing. And then keep moving and shifting your body even by movement, and then it comes all together, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would say start off with your Sankalpa, your intention. So for your root chakra, your Sankalpa can be, I am like grounding, okay? So I want to be safe and secure. Then you go next into your pranayama. So you focus on your exhale, because it's more relaxing. It's your rest and digest part of your parasympathetic nervous system. Then you go into your meditation. You focus on the area around your pelvic bowl, your tailbone, and down through your legs. Then you go to your mudra. So if you look at the blog, there's a specific mudra that you can do that stimulates the earth element, which is connected with your root chakra. Then you go to your mantra and you can silently repeat, I am safe, I am secure, I am stable. And then you go to some movement and you focus on your hips and your lower body. And maybe if you do yoga, you can move around on your mat, focus more on your legs. Yeah, and there you have it. That's all 6 steps along the way. And you could do that in 5 or 10 minutes. It would be, it's ideal if you've got 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah, okay, but people can extend that. Just,
yeah,
that was the secret.
Yes,
it's there. How amazing. So this step-by-step work is really practical. It's there, isn't it? It's there for everyone, and it doesn't cost anything to do it. It's up to each and everyone to apply themselves and to really take responsibility for your own self and for your own energy levels, because we're all in different environments and in different positions in our life and different family situations and different ages. So energy is something we can actually shift and lift, as you said. And how wonderful. So we are in charge, right?
Yeah, exactly. We can choose how we want to feel. We can choose to release the things that are holding us back and fill ourselves up with what brings us more joy. And that might just be, if you're really struggling in a really bad place, it might just be a minute of connecting, and that can bring you up a level so that you're feeling a little less shitty. If you're in a really tough place. So it's that the little steps, and the more you do it, the more you're consistent with it. That is the key. Doesn't mean that you can't have moments where you're not okay. I think it's really important to acknowledge when you're not feeling good. Instead of stuffing it aside and pretending that you're fine, just honor where you're at, and then do something about it. Make a small change.
It's so in line with what I believe as well. And, I'm all about happiness is homemade. And I would like to see everyone as happy as they can be. But we can only do that from the inside. It's something we got to do ourselves. No one else is responsible for our happiness. It's us. And that's why I'm so keen to talk about tools so that we get equipped with all of that, which we don't learn at school. And so it's up to us having that conversation and others listening and sharing, that people get equipped with all of that. And it's self-work, it's self-growth, it's development, it's building your muscle to prepare yourself for moments when there is struggle or difficulty coming. Because when we're on a high, everything is easy, isn't it? And the energies just flow and everything is cool. But it's the moments when it counts that the practice kicks in, and the training and the groundwork. So yeah, really happy that you shared that. Is there a way that we could have a little practice on that?
Absolutely. Yeah. So we can just take a minute or two, just to, well, maybe 3 or 4, depending on how much time we have. I guess we're probably getting on, aren't we? Yeah, just to settle and check in.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Okay, so everyone, take your time with this, listeners, and watch people, audience out there. This is a treat.
Yeah. Okay. So what should our intention be for this practice? Should it be love, connection, joy?
Oh, I think connection, because I'm so happy that we have this connection. And even though you are further apart and further away, so yes, connection would be wonderful.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so connection to self and connection to others as well. So the more we can connect to ourselves, obviously, the more that that strengthens our connections with others. So all right, so that's our connection, our intention, our Sankalpa. So just close your eyes for a moment. Just let your hands rest wherever's comfortable, on your knees or in your lap. And just think about this intention, connection. What does that mean for you? And just feel this warmth at your heart center as this intention grows in the space. Just slowing the breath down. And bring your attention to the top of your head, just above your head. Just imagine this shimmering light pouring down through the top of your head, down past your third eye center, the center of your head, washing away any attachments, any illusions, and pouring down through your throat, washing away any untruths, down through your heart, washing away any grief, any feelings of unworthiness, and down through your solar plexus, washing away any feelings of shame or anything that's blocking you from your true inner power. And down through your low belly, the sacrum, washing away any feelings of guilt, anything that blocks you from knowing that you deserve pleasure and joy in your life. And all the way down to your tailbone and down through your legs, grounding into your body here, releasing any feelings of fear and allowing any negative energy to pour down into the earth and be held there. And then feeling this rebounding energy of love and joy and connection from your tailbone up to your low belly, your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, center of your forehead, and all the way up to the crown of your head and beyond. And just feeling this light, open spaciousness surrounding your entire body. And then bring your hands together in front of your heart and open your palms. So your pinky fingers and your thumbs will still be touching the edges of them with all the other fingers extended like a lotus flower. And this is one of my favorite mudra flows that I do almost daily and that I've taught to many people. I actually learned it from Uma Dimsmore Thule. She's amazing. So the lotus flower comes into a seed. So you touch the fingertips together into a seed. And then that seed cracks open as we do. So we open, turning the backs of the hands towards each other. So you might need to open your eyes to see this. So backs of the hands touch. And then turn your fingertips towards your heart. So we're turning upside down and inside out as our roots grow down through the mud. A lotus flower grows into the mud. Extend your arms straight. So those are your roots. You're reaching out for the stability and support. Okay, and then you come back through center and then you blossom. You've got those roots. Now you can blossom into this beautiful lotus flower above your head. And feeling the energy of that lotus, that love that's connected to your heart center expand all the way out as you open your arms and then come back to the seed. Take a deep breath here. And long exhale. And then slowly open your eyes if they're closed. And that's it. Little intention, mudra flow, meditation, chakra meditation. Enjoy.
So now I would like everyone who was watching just to feel how different they feel from the beginning and where they feel more connected than before and how they feel connected to themselves. And even when they walk through their body, how they feel now connected to themselves. And I'm sure, you know, with this exercise, you just got a teeny tiny taster of how gorgeous Jules is with her teaching. So I really, I adore you for that. And just wish that everyone has more of you in their life. And so is there anything you want to add?
Yeah, so I do have some free chakra meditations. So they're based on the qualities of all of the chakras. So if you want to have a listen, they're about 10 minutes each, maybe 12 minutes each. They're on my website, goddessglowsociety.com. And then I also do the longer meditations that use the mantra, the mudra, the intention, the breath work, a little bit of movement. So those are about 35 to 40 minutes. And that's, it's called Align Your Chakras. That's on my website as well. Yeah, and I do a monthly meditation just like this, but it's longer. It's about 35 minutes using all of these tools the last Monday of every month. So there's one coming up this Monday, January 27th.
Ooh, excellent. So people who are close to you, they can obviously have the benefit of doing live yoga with you, I guess. But then we will post below your webpage and obviously links to where other people can find you if they're keen on the experience with you abroad on a retreat, or if it is online, so that people can definitely find you, right?
Yes, that sounds great. Thank you.
Oh, awesome. So I've got 2 more questions for you to finish this up. And we are way longer than we wanted, but I knew it.
I thought we would
it. So if people have fast forwarded to the end, here comes the end. All right. So I would like to know what excites you at the moment.
What excites me?
Yeah.
At the moment, so I've obviously just moved back to Canada about 6 months ago, and I'm spending a lot more time with my niece and nephew, the twins. I love spending time with them. They're such a joy. They're a year and a half, and yeah, that excites me right now. And
a bundle of joy.
I have nephews as well, who I don't see as much, but I'm living with the twins at the moment. So, but yeah, loving seeing my nieces and nephews. That excites me. And Bali, I'm going to Bali in 2 months. That excites me.
Oh, of course. Oh, wow. Wow. All right. All right. There was a hint where she's going. It might be actually something you can join her.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is a retreat. Yes.
And last question. What does happiness mean to you?
Happiness is connection with self and others that is true and authentic and meaningful. That's happiness.
Oh, makes me happy too. Oh, all right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time and to share your wisdom and your knowledge. Really appreciate it, and hope to really see you soon again. And I would like to just hug you right there. I'm still working on this whole energy shifting towards like my body somewhere else. So I'm working on that, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I can feel you here, definitely.
If that happens, I would just jump over, you know, like in the Star Wars movie, which just came out, like just
yeah.
Okay, I'm working on it. If you know that secret, will you let me know?
Yes, I'm working on it too. So we'll talk. Yeah.
All right then. Bye.
Bye.